Hello, I'm Bailey Leasure, and this is the Leasure Sports Podcast. I'm going to be talking about the sports news since my last podcast. I'm going to kick it off this week with recapping the NBA and the NHL Stanley Cup Finals. The NBA Finals, the Warriors won in 5 games. Kevin Durant won the MVP. Not really surprised at the the result of the NBA playoffs. It wasn't. I mean, it was kind of predictable to me. I'm kind of as a person who's been watching sports. I got to be honest. I really hope next year it's not going to be Warriors Cavs again, but with how the NBA landscape is overall, you know I don't. It's probably going to happen again, but you never know. Um, Overall, the Kevin Durant, it was really dominant. Cavs played well in that series, especially LeBron James, but I think it was just too much. Kevin Durant, that super team you have with Golden State was just too much for the Cleveland Cavaliers. LeBron James still played a really great finals, probably the best finals he's played since the NBA, since probably the best finals he's played in a losing effort. But I'm gonna talk a little. I'll talk a little bit more about what I thought overall on Kevin Durant and to the Warriors and winning that championship this year in another video that I'm gonna announce sooner. But uh, overall, the Warriors won. I was looking at statistics that this was the most watched finals since 1998, despite only going 5 games. So really surprising considering uh, I had ratings like that. I mean, I thought the ratings for last year's finals would be more, but I guess not. Moving on to the NHL Finals, that concluded also this week, the Stanley Cup Finals. The Pittsburgh Penguins were able to close out in Game 6 thanks to a last, I believe, within the last 2 minutes of the game, thanks to a goal by Patrick Hornquist. Very controversial moment early in that game when a goal was disallowed for the Predators or it was a goal that was called back due to a whistle being called before the goal happened. But from the looks of it, the whistle was blown way too soon by the NHL refs. Unfortunately, and it came back to bite the Predators. That's a disallowed first goal for the second time in this series, one in Game 1 as well. Different goal scenario though, but officiating for these NHL finals wasn't that great, or for these Stanley Cup finals was not that great. It wasn't really good. And you should see the Twitter pages, or the comments and replies for people on Facebook and Twitter how bad the officiating was, and oh, the NHL they want it for the Penguins, and I mean, obviously the Penguins are, people out who are not fans of the Penguins see the Penguins as Bettman's team, and oh, they're the NHL's golden boys and everything like that. And even I was a little bit mad about that and thought, oh, that's kind of weird. I was more mad. Not necessarily that the Penguins won again. I don't like teams repeating as championships, but I was more mad at the fact that Sidney Crosby won the Conn Smythe Trophy, which I thought was ridiculous. I personally think it should have been either Matt Murray, who was really great, or it should have been Jake Gensel, who that guy nearly set the rookie record for most Stanley Cup playoff goals in a rookie season. So I thought it could have been him as well, but I guess that wasn't the case. But it is what it is, and it's whatever. I don't really care for either teams, to be honest. You know. Um, so that's it for NFL and NHL news. Pretty impressive, though, that Matt Murray, it was reported that he was able to win that, or he tore his hamstring before game 1 of the playoffs. So pretty good for him. That should have been another reason why he should have been the Conn Smythe Trophy winner, but I guess that wasn't the case. But it is what it is. Moving on to NFL news, a couple news reports. Jeremy Maclin, who was the new free agent in the receipt on the free agent market, and signed a 2-year deal with the Ravens. Good upgrade for the receiver pitcher or receiving pit position for the Ravens. Eric Decker, after rumors that the Jets were looking to trade or release him, he was released from the Jets And then one trade happened today. The Rams traded the number 2 overall pick, the 2014 draft, offensive tackle Greg Robinson, to the Detroit Lions for a 6th-round pick in next year's NFL draft. Moving on to Major League Baseball news, the Arizona Diamondbacks. Recapping the Diamondbacks, Diamondbacks had a great homestand, going 5-1, sweeping the Padres, and then taking 2 of 3 from the National League Central leading Milwaukee Brewers. Diamondbacks Tuesday kicked off an 8-game road trip. It's going to be a little bit better for them since their last road trip, which I believe was which was 11 straight road games they had to play. This time it's an 8-game road trip, and anytime the series ends, they will get a day off, probably to travel. Diamondbacks start off the road trip very well. We were able to take both games in the short 2-game series against the Detroit Tigers. They were able to win 7-6. The Diamondbacks led that game 6-0, but thanks to a couple of infield and outfield mishaps, the Detroit Tigers had a 6-run inning in the 6th. David Peralta, though, redeemed himself after a couple of not great mishaps in the outfield. I don't think they were counted as errors, but they should have been. He was able to get a home run in the 9th inning. Fernando Rodney closed it out. In the next game yesterday, Taijuan Walker returned after being on the disabled list with a blister on his finger. He was able to go 5 innings, only gave up 1 run, was in line for the win. Diamondbacks scored 2 runs in the 1st inning. It was the difference. And Fernando Rodney, who was able to close it out. Fernando Rodney has been really, really improving lately. And so, that bullpen's been really helping the Diamondbacks. It's been a lot better since, in the last couple years, led by Rodney, led by Archie Bradley, Andrew Chafin's been good. Randall Delgado, when he was in the rotation, he didn't do as bad as I thought he was. He's been doing well in the bullpen. Randall Delgado has been, I kind of wrote him off going into the season. I thought he'd be one of our weakest links, and I even thought he should have been in AAA, but he's barely improved and has really stepped it up. So that's good to see. So moving on, I'm going to talk about the current MLB standings. The Yankees are leading the American League East, led by Aaron Judge, who's not only probably going to be the American League Rookie of the Year, he's going to be one of the MVP candidates. The Yankees are leading that division up 2 games over the Red Sox. Minnesota is still in the lead in the American League Central, still surprising people. Cleveland's 2 games back at them. Houston, once again, is the top team in baseball with a record of 45-22, up 11 games over the Angels. Nationals still lead the National League East over the 2nd place Mets, 8.5 games back. Milwaukee Brewers still holding the National League Central lead, 2 games over the Cubs. And the most competitive division in baseball, the National League West, Rockies, currently they're playing a game before tonight as this is being recorded, so they have a half-game lead over the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers. Both teams in 2nd and 3rd place. This West team, I think it's all those teams in the West are probably capable of all making the playoffs. And I think at this point, or as of right now, I think it's just going to be battling of who's going to be who's going to be the division leader, who's going to be the number 1 wild card team, and who's going to be the 2nd wild card team. So it's just, I think it's the National League West. It's it's best division in baseball, and it really reminds me of how the NFC West was a couple years ago before this last 2 years, and how really competitive. But we'll see. Other sports news: the long-rumored Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather fight will be happening in August. I believe that will be happening in Las Vegas. So, rumored fight. For a while, I'm not really into boxing and UFC, but it's been rumored. A lot of people have been wanting to see this happen, and a lot of people are kind of writing this fight off. They think Floyd Mayweather is going to dominate Conor McGregor just because it's his own sport. But we'll see what happens. It's probably the most exciting fight that's happened in boxing to me since the Pacquiao-Mayweather fight, but it's whatever. So that's it for my sports podcast this week. Thanks everybody for watching. The reason I didn't want to talk about the NBA Finals and other news is because I want to devote those to just one video and just one topic. I'm thinking about doing a video blog series, where I just talk about one subject. What's the one question a lot of people have or debate that's going on, and I want to do that. And I have a couple ideas for that soon. So I'm probably, I'm gonna start that series soon. Hopefully in the next week or so. Um, when I was doing my film reviews, I would say oh, this review is gonna come this certain day, but I'm no longer doing that because I never am able to hit those deadlines. But I'm gonna do video blog series. Or vlog series of top sport debates going on right now, and I'm once going to probably involve the Warriors and their impact on the NBA, especially after the Kevin Durant signing and what the landscape of the NBA is right now. So hopefully I'm going to get the first video out soon. I have like 5 or 6 topics I want to do, so I might all film it just all at once and release them throughout the week. So I'm going to have pretty much hopefully two videos out a week. For the next couple weeks. So thanks everybody for watching. Follow me on Twitter at Leasure96. I was a little bit more with the NBA Finals and the NHL Finals. I was a little bit more active on Twitter. Um, uh, Thanks everybody for watching. Click like on the video if you like my video. Subscribe if you like the content on my channel, and comment if you agree or disagree with some of the views I have. What did you think about Kevin Durant winning the NBA championship? What did you think about the NHL officiating? What do you think? What do you think that has been the key to the success for the Arizona Diamondbacks this year? Do you think the Diamondbacks are gonna, where do you see them getting into the playoffs? Do you think they'll be division winners? What wild card spot are they gonna get? Who do you think's gonna win each division? So, I'd love to hear the feedback, and love to see the comments. So, thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you all later.